The world might think that Germans cannot live without the potato. However, statistics beg to differ. In this video, we're going to explore the potato eating culture in Germany. Hey, my name is Jen and I'm from Guatemala.
And mine is Yvonne and I'm German.
And together we're from Simple Germany, where we create English content to help internationals settle into life in Germany more smoothly. First of all, German name for potato is
Kartoffel.
Also known as
Erdapfel or Knolle.
Erdapfel, that's like apple, ground apple?
Ground apple, yeah,
that's
like the apple from the ground.
Huh. Many of our viewers pointed out on our video 10 foods Germans can't live without that we missed the potatoes. And actually we didn't miss it, we didn't add it intentionally.
So, because our research had shown that yes, the potato still is a staple food in Germany. However, its popularity is by far not anymore as high as it was after World War II.
Super interesting. And this is highly dependent because of new imports of, let's say, rice and pasta, which have overtaken popularity over the potato.
Well, I don't know about overtaken, but it's more competition.
Yeah. So what statistics are we talking about here? Studies have actually shown that Germans eat potatoes way below average than the rest of the EU.
That is crazy, yes. So actually in Germany, one person per year only consumes 57.8 kilos of potatoes.
Where the average of all the EU is 61.3 kilos.
Exactly.
And which is the country that consumes the most amount of potatoes in the EU?
That is actually Latvia, and they consume almost double as much as a German would.
And that is 112 kilos per person per year. That is a lot of potatoes. Yeah, but anyways, we created a whole video just to give honor to the potato, even though it's not, I believe, a food that Germans can't live without, but it's definitely a very popular food in Germany. So we will talk about 15 variations that Germans love to eat as potato. If you're a German that you can definitely not live without potatoes, please let us know in the comments below. And please let us know what is your favorite variation of potatoes. Mine, for example, is Bratkartoffel.
But only the good kind.
Only the good kind.
The Rheinisch kind.
The one that has bacon in it. Anyway, so starting with our 15 variations, we'll talk about the Bratkartoffel in variation number something. Variation number 1 is the French fries, but Germans don't call it französische Pommes, which would be maybe French fries, but you call it
pommes frites or short pommes.
Yeah, that's very good. And you can get pommes everywhere.
Yes, and actually in recent years, it's become not just like the imbiss food, but there have been restaurants that only cater with pommes. So you have pommes of all shapes and sizes with all kinds of sauces, and it's like the main dish.
I believe this is though like a hybrid of the Canadian poutine, I hope I said that right, which is this French fry with melted cheese and everything on it, and that Germans have implemented such a concept and opened these different shops.
Potentially, I don't know the inspiration, to be honest.
I could think that could have some influence over it. Okay, variation number 2, and it's probably the one that we cook the most at home, and that is?
The Rosmarinkartoffel.
Okay, and that is rosemary potatoes.
Correct. And that one, you basically chop it up in wedges, then mix it a bit with oil and salt, put it in the oven, and then towards the end, put some garlic and some fresh rosemary on top.
Also very popular in restaurants to get Rosmarinkartoffel. Variation number 3 is?
Kartoffelgratin.
Which is?
Potato bake.
Which is?
Pretty much sliced potatoes that you put, again, it's an oven dish that you put in your little like form. You layer them, you put like a delicious sauce in there, and then very important on the end, on top you put cheese, which is the gratin, the bake, and there you go.
And what is the difference between that one and a variation, which is potato Auflauf?
The difference is that the Kartoffelgratin is purely potato with like some cream in it, whereas the Kartoffelauflauf, the kartoffel is the main ingredients, but there can be vegetable in there, speck, little sausage bites, whatsoever. It's pretty much just a bake with a lot of potato, but also other things.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Number 4, which I would say probably is one of the most popular in Germany, is the Kartoffelsalat.
Oh, yes. Kartoffelsalat, potato salad, comes in any size and shape and form. Some have it with mayonnaise, others don't. Some have it with pickles, the next have it with like a Fleischwurst. It's really, everyone has their own recipe, and usually from the families, like grandma or mom's recipe is the best.
Oh, wow, that's super interesting. And this is actually the one variation that you can also buy in supermarkets.
Correct, yes.
Do you eat Kartoffelsalat?
I've never been such a big fan of Kartoffelsalat.
Yeah, we have a salad, I think in Spain also it's there, and also in Guatemala called Russian salad, which is actually like a potato salad with mayo. And that one I really like, but the Kartoffelsalat has a twist to it that I don't know, it hasn't arrived fully yet to my taste buds, really.
I would argue there are quite yummy potato salads, homemade ones, but it's never been a tradition in my family, so I never really had this this joy for it, and the purchased ones I don't really like.
Yeah, okay. If you have a good recipe for Kartoffelsalat, please share us the link in the description below. For the next variation, we have Salzkartoffel,
which is pretty much boiled potato with a lot of salt in the water, and you eat it like that.
Yeah, I would say that's kind of like the boring kind, right?
Well, we do that for the raclette.
Ah, true, for the
So
raclette. But
it
then
depends
you put
on what you
cheese
eat it with, whether it's boring or not.
Yes, that is a very true point. Yes, that's true. You eat it with the raclette, which is a very delicious German thing. Not German, but different story. And because German is such a very specific language, there's another variation called
Pellkartoffel,
which is the exact same as the boiled potato, but without the skin.
Exactly, without the skin, so you actually de-skin it. And I remember vividly as a child, we used to do it with our neighbors, and we would eat it like with matjes filet, like this raw type of fish with like onion on it. And that they would only eat the boiled potato without the skin. They would never eat the skin.
That is super interesting. I guess also different dishes require different types of potato types.
Yeah.
Then we have the Folienkartoffel.
Exactly, very famous. The baked potato, also quite popular in canteens, in restaurants, as a snack, like also on like to take on the hand. And it's pretty much a bigger type, not like the small potatoes, but a big potato, baked, wrapped in aluminium foil. Yeah. And then it's cut open in the middle, and then it has like some sort of sauce, sour cream, I don't know what in the middle, and then you spoon it.
Wow, yes. And I would say these tend to be really big. Once I ordered one, and it was like, I mean, the size of, I don't know, it was huge. I couldn't finish it, to be honest.
It can be its own meal, yeah.
Yeah, which is crazy, yeah. And then, of course, we have the mashed potatoes, which in Germany are called
Kartoffelpüree.
I love mashed potatoes. They're very yummy. And usually you would have them also with any kind of food, right?
Yeah, as a side dish to the main meal.
Which is kind of normal or standard in any other country. There's nothing special about this one, to be honest. The next variation is a croquetten.
I think the English word would be croquette.
Yeah, could be. Yeah.
French. And it's pretty much mashed potatoes, but then deep fried. Like I know them as like these little rolls.
Okay.
And they're very crunchy on the outside and super nice and yummy and soft, delicious on the inside. As a child, I used to love them.
Then we have to my absolutely favorite one, and it's the Bratkartoffel.
The pan-fried potatoes.
Oh my God, they're so delicious because usually the ones that I really like are the ones that are mixed with bacon and onion. And these are usually my side dish when I have a schnitzel in Germany.
And there's this one restaurant that has the best Bratkartoffeln, and that's the reason why we go there.
Yes, and that one, if you're wondering, is Himmel und Erd in Düsseldorf, and also one of the best schnitzels, I think. And then, of course, we have this potato soup.
Yes, definitely. Kartoffelsuppe is a classic, and it's like this thick, creamy, yummy thing, and then usually you have like some sausage pieces in there or other little deliciousness. I like it very much, especially in winter.
Yes, that's true. You've made a couple of times the potato soup, and it's very delicious. I agree. Yeah. Now to the next one, which I would say it's not. I don't really like it. I don't know why. And it's the one, the how's it called? The potato pancake you put here.
It's the Kartoffelpuffer, or as I would know it, it's the Reibekuchen. Here in our area in the Rhineland, it's Reibekuchen, and this is the typical potato dish that you get at like a fun fair, a kermesse, at the Christmas market, super famous.
Also.
And they are just extremely fatty. To some people, very delicious. I'm also not the biggest fan of them. So pretty much it's like shredded potato.
Yeah.
Like as if you would shred a carrot also, you shred the potato.
Yeah.
Then you put them in like this pancake size, and then you deep fry them in a lot of oil, and they become very crunchy on the outside and somewhat soft on the inside, which is the part that I don't really like.
Yeah.
But there are people that, oh my God, they just, like love them.
Is this the one also that they serve with the applesauce?
Correct, yes, with Apfelmus.
Yeah, which is super interesting, the combination of the potato with the applesauce. I don't know, for some reason that one hasn't struck me as a...
But I would say this is one of the most traditional German things that you might not find abroad, and that you should try definitely as a German cultural food taste.
I agree. And then you have potato chips, which I would say they're also everywhere in the world. But the one thing that is different in Germany, and we did a video of like the things we cannot live without in Germany, or German things we cannot live without. And in that one, we start talking about the potato chips, but then we cut it because we figured out there's something better than that. But we can address it now. So the one thing you find in Germany that I would say it's very rare to find a matching taste anywhere else is these paprika potato chips.
Right, I would say they originally come from Hungary, probably.
Yeah.
But in Germany, you still find a different taste of this pepper, red bell pepper, than in Hungary. And that's by far our favorite taste. And yes, I would say potato chips are extremely popular in Germany.
Yes.
And I don't think they have their own name. I think we just call them chips.
Yeah, could be, right. And last but not least, we have the...
Knödel.
Ooh, I really like the knödel, actually.
What is the knödel?
It's this, like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's like this ball that is also, like, boiled. and it's like soft on the outside and soft on the inside. I don't know. How do you explain it?
Is it a dumpling? A potato dumpling?
It's maybe like a potato
I would say
dumpling.
it's a potato dumpling,
It's like steamed. Oh, I really like the noodle.
It typically gets served to dishes, very traditional German dishes, like meat dish with the, what is Rotkohl? Red cabbage?
Red cabbage, yes.
The red cabbage. Typically a winter dish. I never grew up liking them, but I think I had bad examples because in recent years, we've had multiple friends actually do them themselves. And then I tried them and they were actually very yummy.
Yeah, they're very delicious. I agree. The potato is definitely a staple food in Germany, and there are many others that Germans can't live without, which you can check on the video that's coming up next. Until next time, tschüss!